me that during those years, they'd relied on 3 different kinds of birth control. They weren't about to take any chances with the 3 of us in a tiny apartment. But as I've said, I don't think birth control actually matters. Maybe the curse took a break. Or maybe my parents were just too tired to do it back then. But midway through Dad's surgical residency, the curse returned with a vengeance. And we got the twins, Harry and Maddie. By then, I was 10, and Mom had gone back to school and finished in interior design. Money was still tight, but I remember Mom and Dad being insanely happy when they found out our family was growing. So I was happy too. Mom told me they'd never wanted me to be an only child. The twins just showed up a little earlier than they'd planned, since Dad was still just a medical resident and Mom was a student. And 3 was supposed to be the magic number. I got this piece of information when I started dating in high school. The twins were about 6 at the time, and one Saturday, Dad took them to the skating rink, and Mom and I went shopping. That's when she told me about the curse. Of course, she didn't use that word. That's mine. If I remember correctly, she called it an uncanny potential for procreation. At the time, I thought she was just trying to scare me away from sex. And I might still think that if it weren't for Emmett. Emmett is my 8-year-old brother, who was born 6 years after the twins and 5 years after my dad's vasectomy. I don't care what anyone calls it. That's a curse. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my brother. And the twins. Harry, Maddie, and Emmett are the greatest. I'd literally do anything for them. And while all of my parents' pregnancies were unplanned, I never thought for a moment they were unwanted. It's the powerlessness I take issue with. The life-altering powerlessness. My parents never seemed to mind this haplessness, this state of being at the mercy of the fates. But they had each other, and they were so in love. I don't think it really mattered what happened to them as long as they were together. And they were, right up to the end. Maybe that would make any curse bearable. I wouldn't know. For me, the curse has just struck the once, and it was the most unbearable time of my life. Chapter 1. Millie. Emmett is coughing. My alarm hasn't even gone off yet, but he's awake, coughing. And I can tell just by the sound that he's faking. School refusal, the guidance counselor called it. My 8-year-old brother doesn't want to go to school, so he pretends to be sick as often as he can. I can't say I blame him. He knows I'm off on Mondays. Someone would be free to watch him, so why not make it a 3-day weekend? We go through this almost every week. Some days he rasps through a sore throat, or moans with stomach cramps. It's the coughing that woke me today. Or it woke Clarence, and Clarence woke me. I'm not sure which, but I can feel the puffs of his canine breath through the blanket over my knee. His ears are perked toward the door, listening to Emmett's cough. But being the good boy he is, he's waiting for me to make the first move. I glance at the glowing red numbers on my alarm. 5:26. I have 4 minutes until the thing goes off. 5 minutes until I have to wake up Maddie. 10 minutes until I have to wake up Harry. And 15 minutes until it's Emmett's turn. Except he's awake already, plotting. With a sigh, I roll onto my back and stare at the shadowed ceiling, asking the question I've asked every day for the last 5 months. What would Mom do? She'd be patient, cheerful, and absolutely uncompromising. And Emmett's ass would get to school. I close my eyes, marshaling my willpower and letting myself catch a few more seconds of peace and solitude. And then the beeping starts. I deliver the alarm clock a vengeful slap. Clarence lifts his head with a jangle of